If you don't believe in God, that is the reason why you may not see the same results as somebody that believes.
To the motherfucking greatest.
Let me turn that off before it get copyrighted. So today, we're gonna be talking about following your dreams. I played that quick snippet because, brother, I just had a dream that is about to change my entire life because it came from the subconscious. So when people say follow your dreams, what does that mean? It means a cliche to a lot of people, but let me actually fundamentally break down follow your dreams. So whenever you go to sleep, if you're lucky enough, you will have dreams. There's this conception, you'll hear people like David Goggins, shout out to David Goggins, his philosophy, I'm not saying it's wrong, but listen to this. So his philosophy is comfort kills, right? Whenever he was waking up, he's waking up 4 a.m., he's going to go do his workout, he's going to go do his run. He's going hard as hell, and he's doing all this crazy stuff. That's not something everybody can do. What can everybody do? Dream. So if you have the comfort and the luxury, because this honestly is some luxury shit, because not everybody can just decide to do what I'm about to explain to you. So follow your dreams means following the mission and following the message that gets sent to you from your subconscious mind after you wake up from your dream. Because while you're dreaming, whatever dream you're having, it's coming from something. It's coming from a reason. It's coming from a purpose. If you're running away from something, studies say it means you're running from some type of trauma. You're avoiding something that's in your real life. I had a dream. Let me just go ahead and break down the dream and explain why I'm making this video, because it's absolutely imperative and important that you do this. So step one, after you go to sleep, you're gonna have a restful dream. You're gonna have a dream that makes you recover from the previous day. If you have the luxury after you wake up, consciously choose, even if you're rested. Like, I've been waking up on the same type of sleep cycle. I've been waking up at 8 a.m. I didn't have anything to do at 8 a.m. I was still tired. I decided I'm gonna go back to sleep. I am going to purposely go back to sleep because I do not see the purpose of me waking up at 8 a.m. today. I sent a couple messages to some friends and then I went back to sleep. When I went back to sleep, bro, I had a dream that I was around some black women from New York. And you know how Americans are, especially New Yorkers, you know, they crack some jokes, you know, they talk about you. And it's all funs and games, you know, it's New York, you know, some New York shit. Like, we just crack jokes at each other. Oh, your head look like an egg. Oh, yeah, you look at your belly, bro. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know, it's just rah-rah, it's hoopla. It's nothing to be taken seriously. So in my dream, even I wasn't taking it seriously. Like, some ladies was making some jokes. No, it's like, it was a friend of a friend. So my friend was there. Me and my friend was hanging out. My friend had to go, but I was still with them. I was like, you know, I'll talk to him, you know, why not? And then one girl, you know, she was like being a little flirty. She was like, oh, you making me, you know, wet, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, thank you. You know, I'm playing around. I'm playing, you know, with them. One of them had to leave. And then when she came back with Jay-Z, one of the only black billionaires on this planet. She came back with Hove. And after because he already knew them ladies, he was already familiar with them, right? Normally, like, and of course, this is why, like, you gotta read every message, because in New York, you know, some people got their ego super high. So if a New York girl start cracking jokes at you, some people get in their feelings, they get in their ego, they like, oh man, you know, you're not gonna talk to me some type of way, blah, 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 and like ruin that whole situation. Little did I know these ladies was connected with literally like one of the most powerful black men on the planet. So Hove, you know, after he hugged them, talked to them, like, he immediately talked to me. He was like, oh man, you a hustler, like, you know I can see it in you, you got it in you. And like, I said, I appreciate you, OG, you know, game recognized, game real recognized real, man, I appreciate it. And then Beyonce, she come out of nowhere, she's like, oh, we gonna show you heaven, baby. And like, basically like giving me the keys, like, oh, you know, if you here, like, you know, we gonna make it happen. You know, I was a little hesitant because I know how, like, you know, the rumors of billionaires and whatnot. Anyways, so Beyonce, she was like, oh, we gonna show you heaven, baby. And like, obviously, you know, that's the key. Like, they saying, oh, you get access, like, if you with us, like, you can get access. And you know, I was a little hesitant because, you know the stories and you hear the stories, like, even, you know, Beyonce, Jay-Z, they got stories and rumors around them. So it's like, you gonna show me heaven. And like, the way she said it, it was very flirtatious, very open. But at the same time, you know, I ain't, you know, like, I'm a freaky ass like person, but I ain't on no super freaky shit, you know what I'm saying? I ain't on no private island, you know, diddling, you know, youngins type of thing. That ain't for me. That being said, you know, everybody got their own rumors. I don't know what's true, what's real in this world, but I know once you have power, you have access to do whatever you want. And when I met Jay-Z, I was having this, like, I knew I had to get game. I knew I had to get wisdom from this man, right? So I'm just talking to him a little bit like, oh, you know, my mom, she loved your music. Because it's true, like, my mom loved Jay-Z music, bro. And the song I was just playing for you, like, that's one of her favorite songs, bro. Like, she was always bumping this song. So it's like, I started beep, I was like, and it's like, you know, his crew, they was like getting down with it. Like, okay, he really about it. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why, because I'm giving you guys context, and the reason why I'm speaking so fast, because I feel like I'm delivering a message to you guys. I'm trying to really instill into this wisdom into you that I got from the subconscious mind. I literally asked him, because I know Jay-Z in real life, he likes art. So before I even asked him the question, I was like, oh, Jay-Z, you know, I know you got into modern art like a while ago. Before I even asked the question, he says, you got to. He's like, you got to get into art. If you're ever going to connect yourself with wealthy individuals, if you're ever going to be able to make yourself to the next level, to the next prestige, you got to go get into art. You got to go to the museum. You got to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So today, I'm gonna take my ass to the art gallery. You guys are gonna come with. We're gonna do an art gallery vlog, of course. Like, that is the subconscious mind telling you, like, this is a confirmation. Jay-Z, the billionaire, the idea that I have of this person, came to me, said, you a hustler, you got it in you. His wife comes up to me, we're gonna show you heaven. He then says, you got to get into art. You gotta get into art. If you're gonna make it to the next tier, you gotta get into art. He also showed me the value of a moment, because like for the like, I have my phone, I was on some like, bro, I gotta, like, I even told, I was like, oh, I gotta get a picture so I can show my mom. And he's like, yeah, of course. But like during the whole situation as well, there was remember guys, this is a dream. So it got a little weird. Like, it was like a stadium, and it's like, basically there was a lady giving birth, and it like, when I say a stadium, it's like, this is just the way I can explain how big the room was. It was just, you know, me, Jay-Z, his entourage of like, you know, maybe 8 people, and you know, the 3 ladies that I met earlier, and then there was a pregnant woman there, and then she gave birth to the baby, and like everybody was like looking at like wow, like that's a newborn baby, like that's a new, like, and I felt it. I was like wow, and it was awakening in a sense, because like, I don't got kids. A lot of my friends have kids. Like, I'm an uncle to so many different kids, right? But it's like, when you give birth, that is a moment. That is a moment in time. Whenever like, I was locking eyes with everybody, right? Because like, the baby's born, it's like, wow, like we looking at the baby like, wow, that baby is born, like that's an alive human being, like kicking and screaming and crying. And then like, I'm locking eyes with everybody that's in the moment. I'm like looking at it, and I'm looking in their eyes, and like, whenever you look into another human being's eyes, it's like it solidifies the moment, because it captures the attention. It looks into the soul. Like, eyes are the reflection of the soul, and that's why some people, they can't look you in the eyes, especially if they're lying. They cannot look you in the eyes. It's not possible, because it's a reflection. So that's why looking into somebody's eyes, looking into their soul, is so powerful, because if they're looking away like this, maybe they're not telling truth. If they're like getting distracted by the environment, they're not being forthcoming with you. So when I'm saying this dream, that's why I'm looking so deeply into the camera. It is imperative that you follow your dream, because your dreams are the access that your subconscious speaks to your conscious mind. If you are to ever experience something outside of what your day-to-day is, if you want to change your life, and it's not necessarily change your life to get rich, that's just what's coming to me. If it's to change your life to just make you happy, if it's to change your life to find your wife, if it's to have a child, if it's to build a company, if it's to launch a product, if it's to whatever it is, it's going to be found in your dream, because E equals MC squared, one of the fundamental principles of the universe that was discovered by Albert Einstein. His group found this from a dream. It all came from a dream. It all came from the subconscious mind, and he's not the only one. There's been many people in history, many influential people that have changed the human race. All of it started from a dream, and then they followed the dream in real life, and it changed reality. That is the power. That is what I'm implementing. That is what I'm telling you. Why I'm telling you, follow your dreams. I'm not saying follow those imaginations, not follow what you think is your dream, right? Obviously, follow what you think your dream is. If you say, I want to be this, I want to be that, or if your dream is very ambitious, I want to go to the league, I want to be an NBA player. Okay, well, what does it take to become an NBA player? 1, you got to be tall. 2, you got to be very skillful, because you got to go against some of the best of the best of the best of the best, and people who've been picking up the basketball since they were 4 years old. So you really need to understand, what is the competition? What is the angle for following that dream specifically? So for me, my dream in general is to just do this. So I'm loving this. Like, this is my dream already coming to life. But how do I get access to more people, more influential people that can also share the message with you guys, the people that I'm trying to help, the people that I'm trying to connect to let you know that you can change your life, because all you have to do is follow your dreams. But what does follow your dreams mean? Follow your dreams doesn't mean, wow, I want to do this. Wow, I want to do that. So you follow it. No, follow your dreams means literally following your dreams. Whenever you're going to sleep and you're waking up, what did you dream about? And you have to start with dream journaling. Last year, that's when I started first dream journaling. I don't currently do it now. I think this is the next step beyond dream journaling, because I literally am remembering my dream verbatim before I go outside. Before you go to sleep, there's a state of consciousness that you start going into within your within your theta brainwaves. So your theta brainwaves are opening up as you're going to sleep, as you're going into the dream world. And then when you're coming back from the dream world, again, your theta brainwaves are expanding. This is only when you're going to sleep, and when you're waking up, you have a short period of time of basically when anything you want to be possible is possible. Like when you wake up, you know, you brush your teeth, wash your face, blah, blah, blah. Some people, as soon as they wake up, they check their phone. That's where you fail. If you woke up this morning and you immediately checked your phone, you failed, because you're immediately taking somebody else's programming. If you're checking a message, somebody else sent their programming to your mind before you can even have your own mind register what's going on in the world. If you checked your phone, instead of going to a message, you went to Instagram, you failed. If you open up your phone to go to TikTok as soon as you woke up, you failed, because you're being programmed by something else to put into your mind, to put into your subconscious, to put into effect somebody else's propaganda, somebody else's narrative that does not necessarily make your life better. You may be actively making your life worse as soon as you wake up, and not many people know that. So this is why I'm sharing this message, to wake you up, to say, if you're going to really change your life, you need to follow your dreams. But I'm not saying a step-by-step process of following an egotistical dream. No, you need to follow your subconscious mind's dream. Whatever the subconscious mind is sending you, whatever is reflecting from God to you through the subconscious mind, through your theta brainwaves, that is what you need to follow, not what your ego wants. Your ego might want you to be a rapper. Your ego might want you to be a inventor. But the subconscious mind might also want you to be an inventor as well. And it might want you to invent something that's going to change the entire world that you might not be able to conceive of. It's going to be conceived for you. And all you have to do is just follow the steps. For me, my dream told me to make this video. It told me to really get this wisdom, because I'm sharing it. I'm sharing this with you. That was sent from me, from subconscious, from God, to send to you. This message is from God to send to you, to wake up, to really follow your dream, and not just the egotistical idea of following your dream. So again, this is why I also say it's pretty privileged, because, you know, I woke up, I didn't have to go to work, I didn't have to do anything. I chose to go back to sleep to get that. And that is a privilege. Not everybody can just decide to go back to sleep and then follow that subconscious dream. But you do get messages within your resting dream. So like, say you're recovering from your day, you can get messages within those dreams as well, which is why I say you should get a dream journal. You should write it down. I was dream journaling every single night, which is why I got so proficient at remembering my dreams. I could remember dreams the entire day. If somebody's like, oh, what happened? Well, this is what happened last night in my dream, and I could tell you the entire story, what happened, right? And it only took weeks. It took time, by the way. It don't happen overnight. You don't just start waking up 2, 3, 4 days and then you got it. No, it took time. It took weeks. It literally took me weeks of dream journaling, and I don't have the journal on me now. If I did, I'd show you. But it took me weeks to write these dreams. What do they mean? Why am I getting these dreams? Because you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your body, right? You are the observer that's within everything. You are observing your perspective of reality, but there's an infinite observer called God. And I view the infinite observer in a sense. So the infinite observer, if I was to paint a picture of what the infinite observer looks like, it looks like an expanded room, a very white expanded room, and behind you, and it's always behind you, because if you try to look at it directly, it doesn't work. So you have to use your third eye. You have to be able to open that up. And when I say your third eye, that's a whole different thing we'll talk about another time. But when you open your third eye through meditation, through journaling, through grounding yourself in your version of reality, your version of the perspective of the world that's going on, when you can ground yourself in that, you can start opening your third eye. Basically, you can start opening up your imagination. When you start opening that up, I was able to imagine the infinite observer. So it looks like a big white expanded room, and always behind me, above me, is a big set of eyes. It doesn't blink. It doesn't talk. It just observes, and it's always observing. When you're not observing yourself, when you go into unconsciousness, or when you pull out your phone, the infinite observer is always just observing you. It's observing everything you do. Even when you want to hide some shit, like, that's why I say whatever happens in the dark will eventually come to light. It will eventually come to light, and then you just have to face that. So instead of trying to run from your darkness, run from your past, just resonate with why that stuff has happened. Maybe you were unconscious when you did the thing that you did. So don't be too hard on yourself. Of course, like, take responsibility, and that's the hard part, because you might have harmed somebody, you might have hurt somebody, right? And that's part of life, bro. Life is not fair. Some people get hurt all the time. Some people get stolen from, some people get lied to, some people get assaulted, and that's life. And it's very unfortunate, very unfortunate. I would love for more people to be at peace, but to be at peace, you need to be at peace with yourself. Start with you. When you start with yourself, you become peaceful with yourself, then you can start affecting the people around you. When you start affecting people around you, then you can start forming a community around people that want to have the same like mind of thought. And again, the infinite observer is always going to be there to watch how you do this. And the infinite observer can reward you for following the subconscious subconscious mind. That's where like you can become rich through being yourself. And rich is not necessarily monetary, but you can say out to the universe, I want to be monetarily rich. I want to be monetarily successful. I want to have more riches. I want to have more wealth. And then you embody it and you say, I am wealth. I am rich. I am stable. I am confident. I am. You can. You are. Some people think they need to deserve love. They have to earn love. You are everything you already are. You are everything you will ever be. You are what you would love to desire in this world. But do not let your desires corrupt what God has in store for you. God will have a better plan for you than you could conceive, but you have to be open to God. And this is why I'm talking to the atheist. If you don't believe in God, that is the reason why you may not see the same results as somebody that believes. And this is coming from somebody that has confirmation bias. Because I believe in God, I have a confirmation bias of all the good things that happen to me. But I also decide to document all the good things that happen to me and study myself through scientific reasoning, through scientific method. And scientifically, I started to believe in God because belief is the only thing that powers God. If you want to be empowered by something that's bigger than yourself, you need to believe in it. So even if we don't want to talk about God, you want to bring it down. If you want to believe in a project, if you want to believe in a product, if you want to believe in a person, if you want to believe in an identity, you need to believe in it. You need to say that is something that me, myself, and I decide is real to me and my reality. And for me, that is God. And it's not necessarily Yahweh. It's not necessarily Lord Shiva. It's not necessarily anything that has a face and a name, because I am talking about the unconceivable God. It's the God that you cannot conceive of. It's the one that is above all. It is the all of existence. And if you put a name to it, you failed. If you put a face to it, you failed, because it's unconceptuable. It is not able to be thought of, but you can become perceptive of it by analyzing what is going on in your life, through analyzing what goes on through your subconscious, through analyzing yourself. And we call that what, everybody? Self-development. So if you want to improve yourself, I have courses, link down below. You want to get in tune with me, link down below. And of course, you will have to spend money on this, because I cannot give this away for free. I have to be able to get funds so I can reach more people. If I'm going to reach more people, I need more funds. And if you're going to change your life, you're going to have to pay me. But it is worth it. I will say that, because I can't make a guarantee, because at the end of the day, my attempts of helping you only work if you believe in yourself. So I can guarantee you, if you believe in yourself and if you listen to what I'm saying and it resonates, you will be able to make a progress in your life. I've seen this throughout my friends. Shout out to Kyle. He's literally last year, oh man, I don't know, like he understood the fundamentals of belief is power, and what you believe in can change your life. He knew it, but he didn't believe it. He believed it in the sense of he had knowledge of it. And you need more than knowledge. You need to experience. You need to have embodied experience, which creates wisdom. And whenever you create the wisdom of what's going on in reality for yourself through your observation of your reality, because only you can change your reality. Nobody else is going to walk down the street and give you $1,000. You need to have something to offer. You need to have something to share, something that will change somebody else's life. And that's what I'm offering. So link down below. We'll have a conversation. Go ahead and sign up. Hit my messages. If you really want to work with me, I am a certified life coach. I am a certified life coach. So we can get your life together. I will see, and this is why you have to pay me, because I'm already doing stuff in my own life. You're going to have to pay me for my time if I'm going to be able to even help construct a frame for you to even build on top of to help your life. And that stuff takes time. I have to get to know you. I have to understand how is it that you see your reality, and then we can move from there. So link down below, check it all out. Follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. And I don't mean the egotistical ideas. I mean, get to the subconscious. Get the dream journal. Write down what happened. You can remember 90% of the dream. Write down everything. And then eventually just start picking apart. Why is the reason this happened in the dream? What does that represent versus what has been happening in my life? Because it's all a reflection. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world, all of life is a reflection. How you project is what you will reflect. And I hope you reflect that by hitting the like button, leaving a comment, sharing your thoughts in the comments below, because it's open forum in the comments. But if you want to work with me, link down below. And until next time, man, follow your dreams, and I'll see you guys soon. Shout out to the blog. We're going to go check out the art gallery today. And until next time, I'll see you guys, and I'll see you guys. Peace.